Chapter 1. The Cunning Fox and the Clever Stork. Once upon a time, there lived a very cunning and mischievous fox. He used to speak to other animals sweetly and gain their trust before playing tricks on them. One day the fox met a stork. He befriended the stork and acted like a very good friend. Soon he invited the
Stork to have a feast with him. The stork happily accepted the invitation. The day of the feast came, and the stork went to the fox's house. To her surprise and disappointment, the fox said that he could not make a big feast as promised, and just offered some soup. When he brought the soup out of the kitchen, the stork saw that it was in a shallow bowl. The poor stork could not have any soup with its long bill, but the fox easily licked the soup from the plate. As the stork just touched the soup with the tip of its bill, the fox asked her, "How is the soup? Don't you like it?" The hungry stork replied, "Oh, it is good, but my stomach is upset and I can take any more soup." "I'm sorry for troubling you," said the fox. The stork replied, "Oh dear, please don't say sorry. I have some health problem and cannot enjoy what you offer." She left the place after thanking the fox and inviting him to her house for dinner. Cunning Fox and the Clever Stork. Story: the day arrived and the fox reached the stork's place. After exchanging pleasantries, the stork served soup for both of them in a narrow jar with a long neck. She was able to have the soup very easily with her long bill, but the fox obviously could not. After finishing hers, the stork asked the fox if he was enjoying the soup. The fox remembered the fox reached the stork's place. After exchanging pleasantries, the stork served soup for both of them in a narrow jar with a long neck. She was able to have the feast he himself had given the stork, and felt very ashamed. He stammered, I'd better leave now. I have a tummy ache." Humiliated, he left the place running. Moral: one bad turn begets another.
Chapter 2. The Lion and the Mouse. Once when a lion, the king of the jungle, was asleep, a little mouse began running up and down on him. This soon awakened the lion, who placed his huge paw on the mouse and opened his big jaws to swallow him. "Pardon, O king," cried the little mouse. "Forgive me this time. I shall never repeat it, and I shall never forget your kindness. And who knows, I may be able to do you a good turn one of these days." The lion was so tickled by the idea of the mouse being able to help him that he lifted his paw and let him go. Some time later, a few hunters captured the lion and tied him to a tree. After that, they went in search of a wagon to take him to the zoo. Short stories. Just then, the little mouse happened to pass by. On seeing the lion's plight, he ran up to him and gnawed away the ropes that bound him, the king of the jungle. "Was I not right?" said the little mouse, very happy to help the lion. Moral: small acts of kindness will be rewarded greatly. Chapter 3. The Milkmaid and Her Pail. Patty. The milkmaid was going to the market, carrying milk in a pail on her head. As she went along, she began calculating what she would do with the money she would get for the milk. "I'll buy some fowls from Farmer Brown," said she, "and they will lay eggs each morning, which I will sell to the parson's wife. With the money that I get from the sale of these eggs, I'll buy myself a new dimity frock and a chip hat. And when I go to the market, won't all the young men come up and speak to me? Polly Shaw will be so jealous, but I don't care. I shall just look at her and toss my head like this." Short stories. As she spoke that, she tossed her head back, and the pail fell off it, and all the milk was spilt. Moral: Do not count your chickens before they are hatched.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Please do like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel.